Hi, I'm Rebecca Brockton and welcome to the Meet Magento UK YouTube channel. Today I'm joined by Rob Beattie, UK Partner Manager at Brightpearl, who are one of our silver sponsors. Can you tell me a little bit about Brightpearl?
Yeah, sure. So for those who don't know, it's basically a retail-focused ERP. So in short, a back office automation tool. It's integrated inventory management and accounting. Basically takes all of the merchant's time away from all the boring, repetitive, but pretty important day-to-day tasks involved in running a retail business.
And what is it that you do there?
So I'm our partner manager, so work with the likes of JH very closely, and various other Magento and other ecom platform partners, just here to help you guys basically.
We really appreciate it, we really do. Can you tell me a little bit about the ethos of Brightpearl?
Yeah, I guess it's one with a lot of energy, I guess innovation and quality. So that sort of, I guess, permeates through everything we do. So, we've recently been shortlisted for, I think it was the Multi-Channel Technology Vendor of the Year Awards at a national awards ceremony. So it's stuff like that I think just sort of feeds into it.
Oh wow, congratulations on that.
Yes.
Is there anything about Brightpearl that might surprise viewers?
Do you know what? I was really struggling with this and went to our founder and he was like, I genuinely don't know anything that's going to properly surprise viewers. I was like, come on, you must have some deep dark secrets. And he's like, nah, there's nothing I can share. So the only thing I can think of really is last year we processed, there was over $1 billion worth of orders through the platform. I don't know what else to.
Wow, that's a big number. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I think that surprised me. That's $1 billion. Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. So congratulations on that.
There we go. That worked.
Yeah, absolutely. How do you feel that Brightpearl fits into the wider Magento community?
Obviously we integrate into Magento, so first and foremost that I guess that's how we fit in. But then in terms of the wider community, I guess we work with a lot of Magento's partners, both in terms of SIs and other technology vendors as well. So some of the other sponsors that are there at Meet Magento, for example, we run, sponsor, and attend, a lot of Magento's focused events, both here and in the US as well. So I guess that's where we'd sort of fit in. But I feel like we're well ingrained and a part of the community.
So, what do you think are the best reasons to sponsor an event like this and to sponsor Meet Magento UK?
The sort of the e-com or even just the retail landscape is changing so quick. I think just to be involved in this sort of event really, I guess, really helps with us as a brand, but also to keep up to speed with where things are going and how the sort of the landscape is evolving. Obviously gives us an opportunity to meet and talk to some great merchants and partners, which is ultimately why we're here.
And how did you actually get involved with sponsoring this event?
So we work closely with JH. JH are a partner of ours. So Jamie approached us. I think it was just before it was all sort of officially announced and very hush hush, and said, look, we've got this big event coming up. We'd love you guys to be involved. And we couldn't say no.
Of course not. No, it is going to be such an amazing event. So I'm really, really happy to be involved, and I'm just putting in whatever I can. And it's really great that so many sponsors and so many other community members are doing the same, because that's what it's all about, really. It's all about us all coming together and pitching in and creating this event for ourselves.
Yeah, definitely. We can't wait for it.
No, it's really good. So in terms of the Magento community, what do you think makes us such an important part of the e-commerce industry? Yeah, like you say, because it is such a competitive landscape, and And you can't get away from that, but I think the fact that we're able to all actually still be civil
yeah, exactly,
really, really good.
but help each other out a lot as well. If you look at the various meetups that happen and whatever, there's a lot of helping. There's no like keeping secrets or whatever it may be. So
Yeah,
I think that's pretty cool.
It's like a family, which is really nice.
Yeah.
What do you think has been the biggest leap forward in the e-commerce industry so far?
It's really hard to put a finger on one thing. It's changing so fast, and I mean, you never know what's around the corner. But I think just thinking about the last few years, things like next day delivery, that's something we take for granted now.
Absolutely.
It's not that long ago that you'd quite happily wait 3 to 5 days for something to get delivered.
Oh, and you'd pay like £7.
Yeah, easily.
Like,
nowadays, you've got something in your cart. You look at shipping terms or whatever, and you don't see next day or 1 or 2 days. You're like, well, I'll just go somewhere else and buy it. So I think there's feels like little things, but actually that's a big thing that's happened recently. I guess leading on from that, your free returns and being able to try before you buy with likes of Klarna and all those sorts of technologies. It's just crazy to think how all that sort of happened so fast.
Yeah, it does. It feels like, because it's happened so fast, it feels like it's always been like that. When you actually think about it, actually, 5 years ago, 2 years ago, it was completely different.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, where do you see us going in the next 12 months, like the e-commerce industry as a whole?
Yeah, I think, I mean, it's definitely been a buzzword, and it's been kicking around for a few years. But I think we'll see more and more merchants trying to really crack omni-channel. It's talked about loads, but the reality is it's actually quite hard for the small to mid-size retailers to really nail. So we produced a report on the sort of I guess the state of omni-channel late last year. And it turned out something like 90% of retailers or brands had a strategy, or they planned to invest in one. And something like, I don't know, it was more than 85% of retailers agreed omnichannel is critical or very important to the business. However, there was only 8% believed they'd actually mastered omnichannel.
Yeah.
So, or had the right sort of technology to do that. As a consumer, it's something we expect. You look at all the high street brands, and as a consumer, you just think, well, if they can do it, why can't everyone, sort of thing. So, I think we'll see a lot of merchants trying to get to grips with that over the next couple of years. So, I think it seems to be a lot of traditional B2B businesses now going direct to consumer, just because the barriers to entry have been reduced so much. It's far easier. So I think we'll keep seeing that trend grow.
Definitely. And I think it's funny when I speak to friends that aren't in the industry. Yeah. And because of how easy it is for us to do everything now, so we've got like these mobile phones that can do pretty much anything. Yeah. We've got computers that are super fast, and if we want a taxi, we just get an Uber. Like everything's so easy for us. So a lot of the times that I get, like, even my mom will be like, why can't I just return it in store if I've ordered it online? Yeah. It's like why do I have to post it back? I've got this. I'm popping into town anyway. Can't I just take it back? And I think the more that we can do, the more we expect everyone else to do, and to catch up with that. And it's kind of like, well, I can send an email. Why can't you? Yeah. Just talk to each other.
Even just going back to the free returns things, I think it was Ethos who sort of kickstarted that whole thing with Klarna. I mean, that was only that's in the last 6 to 12 months, and now it's like, well, if I can't try my stuff and send it back for free, sort of thing, it's like, well, I'm not going to do it,
Yeah, it's not worth it for me. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. What upcoming changes that we're seeing now are you most excited about?
Do you know what? I keep saying it, but it's crazy how fast things are changing. I think as a consumer, I think where augmented reality is going is pretty cool. I know, again, it's another thing that's been talked about for ages, but finally seems to be a reality. I don't know if you've seen like Wayfair's app, for example. You can basically visualize furniture in your room before you buy it. I think IKEA have done something similar.
Absolutely, I've had to play with the IKEA one a few times. Yeah.
I don't wear makeup, but I know Charlotte Tilbury did something with like a magic mirror. So there's that whole side of things that is pretty mind blowing. And then obviously there's the recent acquisition. So yeah, who knows what happened there?
Anything can happen now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's exciting. I think it's a good move for both companies.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just got to wait and see. Really, it's all good. Us pointing fingers and saying this is going to happen. We think this is going to happen, but we won't really know until.
Wait and see.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, Meet Magento UK is fast approaching. It's all very exciting, and we're going to get to talk about a lot of the subjects that we've talked about just now. But why do you feel that attending Meet Magento UK is a good idea?
I think it just goes back to, you know, as partners, and I guess more importantly as merchants, needing to keep a finger on the pulse and just really understand, you know, what changes are being made, what's coming next. Because if you take your eye off the ball, you know, you could quite easily get left behind. So it's you know, it's events like this that help the whole community really sort of keep up to speed with you know, with the changes and developments that are being made. So yeah, I think it's a crazy idea not to.
Absolutely, definitely. What are you most looking forward to yourself about the event?
Personally, I'm always really interested to hear what merchants have to say. Yeah, it's always really good to see. Seems to be some good panel talks, which are always super interesting. I think there's the founder from is it Beerhawk is there?
Yeah,
what he has to say. That's a business that's just gone from strength to strength recently. So yeah, some of the merchant stories and then obviously various partners. It'd be super interesting to see what they've got to say as well. It
always brings out the best in all of us, these kinds of events, and
yeah,
we can be honest with each other, and that's always really nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Rob. That's all my questions. Have you got any closing remarks that you want to finish with?
Just looking forward to the event and catching up with various partners and merchants. Yeah, it'd be a good event.
Well, thank you very much for tuning in, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you're watching this, make sure you've got a ticket for Meet Magento and subscribe, and you'll get all the updates that you need from the event. Thank you.